Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pure Flight production coverage of the 2022 Lexington Open, presented by the Bluegrass Disc Golf Association. We got myself, Matt Vassil, along with Sam Wheeling here in the booth.
What up?
Here for the round one front nine coverage, 3-round tournament. Starting off on our lead card, we have Jake Hebenheimer from Jefferson City, Missouri. Kiefer, Team Latitude from Brandon, Florida. Trevon Crowe, Team MVP from Peru, Indiana. And Tony Mo from representing Hazy Shade from Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, it's going to be some good coverage today. The weather was a little crazy, but here on hole one, it looks nice, but this was filmed before the round started.
It looks beautiful in this coverage. Yeah. You might see a slight change here in a second.
So basically you can see the hole is simple in a sense of just miss all the trees and basically just an easy backhand, usually with like a mid.
Sure.
And you can kind of see the ground, how wet and muddy it was. Ooh. That was close. But that's basically what you have to do. You have not that part. You don't want to do that part.
That was a good looking shot. He's missing that. He's missing most of the trees throughout. Just push it a little bit too long. Here's Jake. Going from a standstill, I like it.
Yeah.
Looks to be short. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yep. So there is long OB on this hole. There's a road right behind the basket. That's basically where you come in.
You're going to see a lot of these guys throwing either overstable putter, overstable mid, maybe the occasional fairway driver here or there. But mostly releasing on a slight hyzer, just trying to push it straight and then fade at the end. Trevon's got a good shot going there too.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Yep.
Yeah, anytime you're playing this hole, it's really, really hard to try to focus on where you want to aim. And I say that because there's so many trees that when you go to turn and look, all you see is trees.
I agree. One thing I do like about the hole is the trees do shape the fairway pretty obviously on where you have to throw.
Right.
Not a lot of decisions you actually have to make. You're just hitting the gap, overstable, have it fade.
Yep.
I like having Tony Mo on the card too. We got a lefty to show us kind of maybe a couple different routes than the other three fellows.
And an easy approach shot for him.
Mm-hmm.
That looked like a Toro. I like the Toro. Nice shot.
Here's Kevin here right around circle's edge. That's a little high.
Don't roll. Okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. This around the basket, it's actually pretty level. It does go down a little bit, but it's more back towards where he was putting.
Yeah. You saw the umbrellas out there for a second. Not too bad of rain out there today, but little sprinkle here and there.
Yeah, there was a chance of a thunderstorm basically all day.
Yeah, you can kind of see the clouds there.
Yeah, it looks a little dark.
Mm-hmm.
Good putt, good too.
Yeah, the whole round our card is just looking up saying, oh, it's coming, it's coming.
Yeah, it was really hard to just know when the weather was going to just pour down rain.
Yeah.
The only time I know is when the wind came.
Sure. Moving on to hole 2, 396-foot par 3, straight pretty much the whole way there. Slight drop off here at the end. You want to fade in kind of on the right side of this and have it drop almost as soon as this hill starts to happen. Otherwise, you're going to push it just a little bit too far. Jake and Trevon with birdies on the last hole, so they're going to lead us off. Jake's got that out nice and wide, looking pretty, and giant skip.
Oh, wow. So the only OB on this hole is on the left side. There is a fence line, and if somehow, which I say somehow because he may have somehow done it, get down to the creek down at the bottom of that.
Yeah.
Which the only way to get there is to take a big skip. Like
Yeah, you want your disc almost dying as that hill approaches. Trevon's a little bit too far out to the right. Hopefully he didn't make it into the bushes, but I think that's going to be pretty close to it.
Yeah, he's probably 20 feet from 3G pad.
Yeah, might be a tough spot.
Again, the play today, especially
I like that line.
This hole is to throw a wide, faster disc to try to get to come in a little faster.
Also a little bit too high, a little bit overjuiced.
Yeah. Again, if he got lucky, there's a little shrub behind it, so he could have gotten stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Again, just
Tony Mo's got that gorgeous Annie.
oh man, about to hit the cameraman. All right, there we go.
It's kind of on the edge. Should be.
You want to be in that gap though, so
You do.
You could throw a simple shot as far as throwing to the short pin and then an easy putter, but these guys are definitely going to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Trevon's almost right up against those bushes. Loving the creativity, just put a little bit too far.
Yeah. It's tough in there right now, especially
It
with
is.
it being basically full blown, not summer but springtime shrubbery.
And to be fair, hole 2 was playing as the third hardest on the day, averaging 3.12, so just a little bit over par. Not too many twos on the hole.
Okay. Yeah, Hebenheimer had a really nice out from where he was. You can't really see the basket if you get too far down there behind all those shrubs.
Yeah, everything, it's so lush, so many leaves and branches everywhere.
A little turbo.
Ooh, I like it. That's a good out.
Great out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he's excited about that. So while Tony Mo appears, that's good. That was a good bid for being in there.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm assuming he was giving it a run and not laying up.
Low left side, yeah.
That's a good bid though. That is a very steep hill once you get too far down.
It really
there.
is, yeah.
Here goes Jake. There you go.
It's a good
So
par.
the putt that he does is getting very entertaining for a lot of people. We've never seen anyone putt like that before. And he's coming to Lexington off of his third place finish at DDO.
Believe so.
And that's where everybody got to witness his putting style.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a video, if you guys didn't check it, Pure Flight did do a round with him out at Lexington.
Which would be our round 2 coverage.
So if you go to hole 3 here, downhill, you've got the creek to the left. Again, another tided wooded hole. There's not much to it. It looks like a simple shot. Most of us are going to throw, or most of you'll see will be throw forehand shot, trying to get to the right side.
Yeah, so Jay's going to push this overstable, a little bit too left. You want to be maybe 10 feet right of where he just pushed that right off the tee. Overstable, just have it fade.
Almost aim right at the spotter.
Pretty much, yeah. You see that spotter in the blue shirt? Perfect spot to be aiming for. Little too left as well. But that slid really nice, yeah.
And again, you can see it is a little muddy out there. Again, it's been raining for all day, but it's just all day rain. This should play easy for lefty.
That's looking nice. Ooh, hit
Nice.
something on the way down.
Yeah. You know when the catch cam's looking for it,
Yeah.
he hit something.
Trevon here looking to bounce back after the little blemish on hole 2. Nice little flip up.
Yeah.
Going.
That looks perfect. Great shot.
There you go. This hole here it's called the Beat Navy Yard. But actually, they're again when they put it in, whoever named it, they used to name holes instead of number them like 1 through 3. So this one to a lot of people is hole 3, but to some of the legends, I guess, in the area, it's called the Beat Navy Yard. And that is the downside about hitting an early tree.
It is. You still have 25 more on your approach. Tony Mo looking to give it a little run.
Being a lefty on this hole is probably actually nice because you're always going to be throwing away from the water.
Yeah. Jake here with a little scary putt. Brings in that creek, but it looks like it stops right before. Yeah, that works.
That is a benefit of having shrubbery.
It's true.
Now.
That's definitely true. Kevin looking to capitalize on that slide. Same
Don't you
issue.
do it. Oh no.
You see that happen so often on this hole. There's just so many little roots sticking up right by the basket. You're trying to run it soft because you know you got the creek behind it. Then it stands up. It's a tough hole.
Jake was kind of in a weird stance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where he was in essence of where the OB line was. I'm not sure if he was already taking a meter in.
It's a good bounce back for Trevon.
Yeah, then unfortunately you see Jake tap. What did this hole average for the day?
I think it was a relatively one of the easier holes. Kind of right in the middle. Average 2.78, so just a little bit below par. Meaning these guys are definitely looking to get it.
Yeah, they're definitely not too happy about not getting it.
Yeah. Moving on to hole 4, 310-foot par 3. This right to left slope definitely comes into play. But once again, kind of like hole 1, the trees shape the fairway pretty easy to see. You don't have a lot of decisions to make off the tee.
Right.
I think the biggest decision is what Trevon's doing, either going for that forehand force over or maybe backhand push. Trevon just needed to force that over a little bit more.
Right.
But he's not in the bad spot at all. Should be a pretty simple up and down for the 3.
I think he changed his shirt.
Mm-hmm. Got a little mojo back.
Yeah.
That puts him up there.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Absolutely. Kevin's going to show us more of the backhand route. He's going to want to push it pretty straight with not too much angle on it. That looks pretty perfect. Just a little bit too straight, yeah.
He'll have a jump putt look at it, though.
Definitely the right idea.
If you land right in that middle, it's a jump putt all day.
Yeah. You just don't want to hit a right tree and then kick left because that slope just sails discs down the hill.
It's unforgivable.
It really is.
And really, there's no OB here, but there could be if you kick a tree and go too far down the hill.
And Jake's kind of showing us a little bit of that, just kicked a little bit further than I know he's hoping for, but kind of keeps him on the edge. I thought it was a little bit worse.
Yeah, he doesn't look deep into it as far as like in the thicket of it, so he does have a really nice out. Actually.
Yeah, that's a great up and down. Absolutely.
Yeah. Good shot, Jake. And you can see here the jump putt. I kind of like the local guys actually spray painted some of the stumps, so that way people could not step on them, which was really helpful.
Yeah, it's definitely quite a few of them on this hole.
Oh, okay. It's set. Again, remember, if you miss a putt and hits, there's a very good chance it's going to roll down the hill.
It's also got that walking path right there on the left. I've seen quite a few missed putts just roll right down. Good birdie for Tony.
Good birdie. You know he's happy to get at least on the board
for sure.
Something that's not a par.
For sure.
Yeah, I threw a couple backhands on.
That was a good 3 save, Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hole 4, definitely one of the tougher holes on the course. You're not going to see a ton of birds, but you honestly didn't see a lot of bogeys out there either, just a lot of pars from the field.
Right. But again, the field that we had for this tournament, none of them wanted anything worse than a par on any of the holes.
Oh, for sure.
So this is hole 5. The pin position on this one's in the middle. You can see it goes up the hill again through a bunch of trees.
Yeah.
Again, the smart play to do is to throw to the top of the hill. And the worst thing you can do is hit a tree and go left to the creek.
I think this is one of the first holes that brings in more opportunity to be creative. Wow. Like you see Tony trying to just turn that over on the right gap.
Ooh,
Love that play.
Oh, wow. Good shot. He's actually deep.
That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. You might see Trevon go maybe a little bit left of that. Looks like he's lining up more of the hyzer. This might be a flippier disc. Looks to be a little flippier disc. He was probably going for around the same gap as Tony.
Looked like he got fortunate to get stuck by a tree.
For sure, he still got to look at it.
Yep. Yeah, this hole's really not a long hole. It's just a very technical shot.
Yeah. And it's hard to throw that technical uphill. That's looking good. And as I say that...
So, Jake, his name is Matt Vassil, if you want to look him up and send him a note.
That's okay, because that was
Because
Kevin.
this was already filmed, we can't jinx them.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. He's still got to look.
Yeah. Wait, though.
Flippy putter.
It's a great shot.
Early in the morning.
A little bit longer, but that's the miss.
Hit one of those trees and
If you're going to make one.
rolling. I took off after it, and it was like,
Oh, yeah. Trevor made it up there pretty well. Oh, that's a good run. A couple trees to contend with.
Oh, that was Kiefer's shot.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking it was Jake who threw over there. So,
Yeah.
Kiefer, you can hit up Vassil instead.
He gets it, too.
That's
That's a great putt.
That is a great putt.
That camera angle does a lot more justice on how uphill
Yeah, how
that
uphill
really
that
was.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably a 30-foot if it was flat, but because it's so uphill,
Yeah.
it's at it. I don't even know. I'm gonna say it's 80 feet to make him feel better about it.
I don't know about 80.
Yeah.
But
You just feel better about it.
sure.
Yeah, that's why you have to.
I'll give him a nice
Wow, that was
50, 60. Yeah.
Good
Love that.
putt. That was a very tricky putt.
Mm-hmm. You can't even see him.
No, I didn't. Honestly, I didn't know him.
When you can't see him and you make a putt, that's
Yeah.
you're looking good at that point. What is he I love that too. There's just so much right behind this basket to contend
Yeah.
with. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it'll stop your disc. Sometimes you're behind it.
Yeah, that's what happens if you go behind the basket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So several twos on this hole, which is great to get on,
sure.
especially in this bend. You want to run it, but you've got to be safe because of the trees.
Yeah. Hole 6, 243-foot par 3. In my opinion, one of just the more fun shots to throw. Relatively straightforward as well. If you're righty, forehand, overstable. If you're lefty like Tony, same idea, just with the backhand.
Yeah. You saw in the flyover, there is a creek all the way around this hole.
Yeah.
Tons of OB as far as just throwing too far.
Yeah.
Which actually happens more than
It
people
does.
want to do.
Yeah, because 243 downhill,
Yep.
it's not a long hole at all. It's touchy. There are a couple guardian trees you want to miss along the route too. It's a little wide. Need to get some. Oh, no, just kidding. That's perfect.
I'm pretty sure I just heard someone say
Wonder why
ace right, and then you're like, oh, that's
sound like it was
It was
Oh, probably.
Oh man, if he's in the 5-1 club, somebody owes him $1.
That looks nice too.
Yeah, great shot.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you can see. I mean, it was a
Good shot.
muddy day.
Yes, it really was. We got a good amount of rain the night before, and then today too.
Yeah.
Just a lot of mud out there.
You can't predict the weather, unfortunately.
Yeah. It tends to rain on us most years for this tournament. And by most, I mean, oh, it's a little bit low. Needs to stop.
Oh.
That's, yeah.
Nice.
Just settle.
We do have a spotter down there, so.
It's all right. You're sitting
And luckily, he's just going to bring that right back from where it went out. Still should be probably right on the edge of circle, I would think. Maybe a little bit inside.
Johnny Mo's going to want that one back.
Yeah, a little bit. Trevor to save par.
There
Good
you go.
putt.
Good
Around the
putt.
pole.
Good save.
Hole 6 coming in as one of the easier holes on the day. Averaging 0.3 below par, 2.7. Definitely one this field's wanting to get.
Yeah. We'll see most of them getting a birdie here.
At least having looks for it, yeah.
Yeah.
Call me on.
Yeah, the good thing about this hole is that if you do have even a small forehand,
Mm-hmm.
everything plays towards the hills.
It does, yeah.
Look at Randy being a hero back there.
Maybe went a little too fast on that one. Not sure, but luckily he got a few of the last ones to average that out a little bit. But
Yeah, so hole 7 here. This one here, the dog park fence you see on the right was actually just newly added. It was put in probably 6 months ago, so this is probably going to be new to some of the guys that have come down here and played before. You've got the sidewalk left, as well as more oldie. But past that, this is actually a raised basket. It's actually a straight shot. The play for most of these guys will probably be a forehand or just the easy spike hyzer over the dog park and just land right by the basket.
yeah.
At 293 feet, for most of these guys, it's just a simple shot.
Going that high spike hyzer kind of mitigates the distance factor of it.
How about it?
That's looking real good.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, but he's still in. Looks like he's inside the circle, maybe right on the edge of it.
And this round really wasn't that windy. Like rain here and there, but wind wasn't too big of a factor today.
Luckily, you're also in the trees. So
Yeah,
usually
even
you
if
don't
it
feel the
was.
wind too much. The only time I ever felt any wind is when you could tell it was about to rain again.
Yeah.
And you're like,
That's fair.
the storm's here again.
It's just kind of on and off all day.
There was moments we were checking the radar all day to, watch for lightning or anything that was coming in. Try to be prepared for any kind of delay. And it really looked like it could be there, it could not be there. It was just, the radar didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah. You can hear that rain coming down a little more right now.
That's a good run for Jake. Again, this basket, I want to say, is 5 feet tall.
It's pretty tall.
And that's to the bottom of the basket, not to the top of it.
Yeah, good putt.
Good putt. It is a little tricky being a raised basket as well, because it's not, when you blow by it, you're going to blow probably 15 feet, 20 feet
Oh,
past
for
it.
sure, yeah.
Another good putt.
Yeah, good two for Kevin as well.
Yeah, if you're on the right side of the basket coming from the tee pad, the hill is more leveled with it coming down towards it, where the left side of it, it is going to be more of an uphill putt, even though it's a raised basket, it's all an uphill putt.
Yeah. And if you haven't played Veterans Park out here in Lexington before, the front 9 is definitely the more scoreable 9. Not saying the back 9 you can't get, but out of the two, the front 9 is the one you want to get the majority of your birds on if you can. I think hole 7 is probably a good showcase of that too.
Yeah, there are. You could easily go 9 down on the first 9 holes.
You could, yeah.
And then when you get to the back 9, you just play smart.
It hits pretty quick, yeah.
Yep.
Hole 8, one of the tougher ones on the course, 288-foot par 3. Similar to a lot of the other holes, the line is pretty defined for you. You're going pretty much right exactly where this drone's going. You're going to see a lot of forehands, overstable disc, pushing straight, fade at the end.
Trying to stay away from the creek.
Yes, you really do want to stay away from this creek.
So like holes 5 and 6, that creek, you can jump into and get your disc back.
Sure.
It's usually just ankle high.
Yeah, here
This one,
you might be swimming.
Yeah, it feels like.
That looks pretty perfect.
Oh, big old skip.
Yeah, a little
With
too
the ground
big.
being wet, most of the shots are gonna stick unless it hits a mud patch.
Yeah.
But he's still looking at it too.
I do appreciate this hole because the main gap that you're trying to hit is not until you're like 200 feet off the tee.
Right.
It's not like it's a gap that's 2 feet in front of you that is easy to hit. Like the gap is pretty far away that you have to get through.
Yeah, there's a defined big tree in the center of the fairway, and you just want to miss the
Yeah,
of that.
for sure. Little
Talking about
high.
taking it wide. But
Ooh, love that. Yeah.
nice shot.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely trying to bounce
Yeah.
back from
Wow,
his
let's
earlier
go. You
blunder.
it's hard.
Of course, I should say. And again, if you're a lefty or a forehand player, the first 9 holes, except for maybe hole 1, are
Sure.
definitely going to play to you.
Yeah, they play pretty well. Yeah, it might be a little high too. as soon as you start going high, those branches just come into play more and more.
Right. Yeah, the
He's
good
still
thing
up there
about
for it
this,
too,
yeah,
though.
well, he threw that so easy too.
Sure.
Like if I get there, that's like max ground.
Yeah. That's a little high.
Good bit. Gotta give everything a run. This park has a trail that goes through it. There's actually two trails. There's a hiking trail and a biking trail. So what you see on the ground, which looks like mud, is just parts of the trail that go through the course.
That's a good looking putt.
That's a great putt for a birdie. Look at
Right at
he's
30
walking around like a
feet.
champ.
Had to straddle it out.
He's trying to figure out what bands to think. He's looking around for the crowd. Trying to putt to save his par. Good bird.
Good bird.
Did he just shimmy?
He did.
I'm going to assume that rain fell on the back of his shirt.
Yeah, he just had to get it off. Sure.
Yeah. He putted a regular style putt there compared to what we're normally used to seeing.
I feel like anything within the bullseye, he's
Just putting
Regular,
as
yeah.
we would see as a normal putt.
sure. And a good two from Tony too.
Hole 9. This hole here seems simple because you just got to throw it straight. The problem is boom.
Those trees.
There's trees. Again, 204 feet. It's uphill, adds a little bit of distance, but it's not going to add too much more. There's not much to it. Just throw straight.
Yeah.
You do not want to go too far left. It does get a little thick over there, but
Pretty much
nice
ideal.
drive. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. There is a weird gap if you go the right side, just because there is a short pin that's usually there. But of course, it's been Lexington Open. They've got it.
Yes, sir.
I say we, but the club. has it along.
Trevin's going down that left side too. I like that play. I see a lot of people do it.
Done did a sell.
Over Sable, probably a putter, or an approach disc.
Right.
Just down that left side.
Tony Mo got up there really excited.
Mhm.
He's like, "It's my turn. Let's go."
He's ready for
Or
that bird.
It was raining and his disc was dry, and he said, "Let's throw before it gets wet."
I think that's probably a little more likely.
Yeah. And it looks like he's on that left side too. Not sure what it hit or where it kicked.
Might have got caught up into something.
Yeah. Looks like Jake might be going another standstill here.
Little flip up.
And see if you go the right side and come around. Oh, that actually.
And then you hit that tree,
Yeah.
kick left.
That might not have been a bad tree kick, but there again, if you go that right side, usually if he would have just missed that tree, he would have
Just faded
right.
out, yeah. Oh yeah, so Tony did get caught up here a little bit. Still easy up and down.
Right.
You're not going to see a ton of force on the hole. It did average as the second easiest hole in the day, coming in at a 2.6, one that these guys definitely want to get, or at least have a look for.
Right. Honestly, I would say this is probably the easiest hole on the whole course in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Good catch, basket. I mean, good putt, Jake.
It's just a short hole. There's not really too much in the way. And
Yeah.
anything that is in the way is
Is
30 feet away from the basket anyway. So if you do kick, you're still not too far away from it.
he looked excited to get that one straight. Trying to get back on the right track.
Kevin for a nice 5 in a row.
I didn't even see that.
He's doing it very subtly. He's been
Silent.
hitting a couple of
Yeah.
these. Pin 6. 7 was a pretty. 7 was a pretty.
My
decent.
unbiased
Yeah, it was a
opinion.
good putt.
Yeah.
Yeah. 8, he was like 10 feet.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And a par save. Tony Mo, again, having the shortest drive, unfortunately hitting in some trouble, but he
Yeah.
was able to save it.
So that'll round us up for the front 9 coverage. Round 1. Kevin sitting at 15, Trevon at 19, Tony also at 19, Jake tied for 33rd. What's nice, still got plenty of time.
Yeah.
2.5 more rounds to go.
And 9 more holes today.
For sure. We got Sam Lee leading it right now. But catch us on the back 9 coverage, round 1. See how the course gets a little tougher. Pretty quick, actually.
Yeah, see if there's any separators coming up.
For sure. We'll see you next round. Or next back 9.
Yeah. next video.
Yeah, that works too.